Welcome to Paul's Heart. I'm Paul, author of the book Paul's Heart, Life as a Dad and a 35-Year Cancer Survivor, available on Amazon. Yesterday, NBC and ABC had reported about a major milestone in cancer survivorship, reporting that 70% of cancer survivors were living more than 5 years, which back in the 1970s, that number was around 50%, and it got up to 63% in the 90s, and that's information provided by the American Cancer Society. Um, they credit this to improved treatments, early detection, and of course, reduced smoking. Um, Science also has a better understanding of how cancers work, as well as developing new therapies. Often, some are called targeted therapies. Now, the unfortunate backslide in all this is going to be the cuts to cancer research funding. Last year, during the first 3 quarters, cancer research took a hit of 31%. And that's a lot of research gone to provide better treatments, safer treatments. Um, and then, of course, we have the expiration of the Affordable Care Act subsidies, which basically is going to mean a lot of cancer patients won't be able to afford their treatments anymore. Now, the only things that were left out with this article was there wasn't a breakdown of the age of the patients or the different treatments that they received, whether it was chemotherapy or radiation therapy. But as many cancer patients often look forward to this 5 year mark as far as survivorship, almost every one of us wants to know what happens after 5 years. 5 years is great, and to think that that's pretty much going to be it for having to worry about the cancer. But what happens to us after 5 years? Do we just wind down? Do we just expect to not wake up tomorrow? What's left after that 5 years? And I think both ABC and NBC really dropped the ball on this. I felt that there was a really good opportunity for them to talk about long-term survivorship. Hello, 35-year cancer survivor. Now, they did mention, or rather, they didn't, but comments on the articles on their social media pages, you had people, cancer survivors themselves, wanting to chime in. Hey, we're over here, we're more than 5 years. Now, if you follow this page, you know that I speak a lot about Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is what I had, and I am a 35-year cancer survivor. I wrote about it, okay? But other cancers had chimed in as well, and I'm familiar, with other cancers. I'm just not as knowledgeable about longevity when it comes to these other cancers. One had chimed in acute lymphocytic leukemia, 28 years. A kidney cancer survivor of 19 years. Breast cancer, 26 years. Prostate cancer, 15 years. Colon cancer, 9 years. Cervical cancer, 10 years. Lung cancer, 7 years. Stomach cancer, 8 years. Ovarian cancer, 15 years. And the list just goes on and on. There's so many people out in the world that have survived more than 5 years. But for some reason, our media and really also the cancer advocacy groups don't spend a lot of time talking about survivorship. Yeah, they mention some stuff, and it's up to you to really research it. But cancer survivors need a lot of help. And the thing is, after 5 years, I think both oncologists and cancer advocacy groups do cancer survivors a misservice by not encouraging them strong enough to keep in touch with their primary care doctors. Okay, giving them the tools of the things that they need to watch out for. Because here's the thing, if you're going to survive cancer and you're going to survive a long time, like 35 years, there's a chance that you may develop some long-term side effects. Remember back to the days that we were diagnosed and told about the treatments that we were going through, and they talked about some of the potential issues we have? Well, it's not guaranteed that it's going to happen, but you stand a much better chance if your primary care doctor is warned about and advised about what to watch for as you go through a long life after cancer. And I'm talking about a career, family, traveling, whatever you want to do. There is so much life after you're done with your treatments for you to have. But you also need to be aware of your own health. Okay? And where do you turn when a health issue comes up? These are all things that need to be talked about in the mainstream media, NBC, ABC. You could have added this part onto there, and there's so much more to talk about. So since the networks aren't doing it, here's what I'm asking you to do. The only way for cancer survivors to hear this message, that there is life after cancer, there is longer life after 5 years, is to share this video. I don't make any money on my page, Paul's Heart. I don't push for it. I'm not looking to set a record for follows or whatever. All I'm trying to do with my survivorship is make a difference. And my survivorship, I feel its purpose is to let other survivors know where to turn for when they need help, what to look out for, things like that, but also to encourage them and to inspire them that you can live a long life after cancer. So with that, please follow me here on Paul's Heart. Like it, share it, tell everybody that you can. It doesn't matter what cancer you have. Okay, share this message, get it out there. You can also follow me on YouTube at Paul's Heart. You can also follow me on my blog page at paulsheart.com. And there's a lot more information there. But please, please know there is more than just 5 years of cancer survivorship. Until then, this is Paul's Heart.